If you want to target your glutes better for your leg days, this video is for you. All you have to do is measuring the distance. You'll know what I'm talking about in 10 seconds. Let's watch this video. And I'm going to pause right here. You're going to see the distance from the knee joint and the weight are different. And you can see that glute focus step up has longer distance from the weight to the hip joint, and the quad focus step up has longer distance from the weight to the knee joint. So now what you know is that your muscle is working against more load when the distance between the weight and the joint is longer. If you're not following yet, no worries. Let's look at this exercise. It's called B stance RDL. Let's measure the distance from the joint to the weight again. And you can see the weight is farther from the hip joint than your knee. And she is intentionally increasing that distance by pushing her hip backward and bending her knee so she can load more weight on her glutes instead of hamstring. If you want to know more, stay here for another 20 seconds. Let me show you some life example. Everybody played on a seesaw before, right? If you look at the seesaw, even the girl is bigger than the boy on the left, the seesaw is still staying in balance. And that's because the distance between the girl to the center is shorter than the distance between the boy and the center. Here's another example. When you use a wrench, it's easier to hold at the end of it because the distance between the nut and the hand, the load you're applying is longer. That means the nut has to work against larger force because you're increasing the distance. I hope that makes sense to you. So now what you have to do to focus on your glutes more in your leg days is to find a way to bring your weight farther from the hip joint or farther from the targeted joint that you want to work more.